Hi. We're going to get started now. All right. Oops. Meena, are you unmuted? And
I'm unmuted, but my video needs to be started by you.
oh, Where are you?
Under Pillai Center.
You are, yeah. I'm going to just make you go. Okay, try it now.
Yes.
There we go. Okay.
My head's cut off.
There. All right, so ready?
Ready.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to this webinar today. Today, we're talking about manifesting with Meena. And if you want to know more about that, this is what this seminar is all about. This webinar is all about. Last week, we talked about the steps or tips, keys to manifesting a life with purpose. And we talked with Meena Malloy, who is a Pillai Center teacher. She's been studying with Dr. Pillai for about 20 years, and she has this uncanny knack for helping you figure out what your life purpose is, what the road is for you that you're meant to actually accomplish in this life, as well as how to do it. I had a reading with her this week, and we're going to talk a little bit more about that and how the like what it can do for you, what it can uncover for you that may be missing right now. And some of you are interested in the coaching program, because last week we talked about how to manifest your life with purpose. How do you manifest you into being what it is you desire, or maybe you don't even know exactly what you desire. And we gave you the tips, making sure you have commitment, making sure that you're actually putting a plan together, using the spiritual technology, accessing and using Dr. Pillai's techniques. But a lot of times it's really hard for us as humans to do this by ourselves. We have responsibilities. We have, about Dr. Pillai talks about like 40 to 60 thoughts per minute going through our head. We are distracted. And as humans, we just have limitations. But as Dr. Pillai teaches, we are all divine, right? So we have this divine essence, we are sparks of God. But sometimes it doesn't always feel that way. So we need help. We need help from someone who's been on this path for a long time, who's empowered by an enlightened master, and who has a lot of wisdom and love to share. And in this case, today it's Meena Malloy. And I'm really excited to talk more with her about her gifts. And then we have two other folks on the line who are going to share about how working with them, really working with her, changed their lives. So Meena, thank you for being here today.
Thank you for having me. That was a nice introduction.
So tell us more about this coaching program. Last week we talked about how we really can put this life of purpose into play, but that it's hard for us, right? Like, so if folks can do it, then please, by all means, you have the tools, we've given them to you. And if you're feeling like, okay, it's the start of the Vedic New Year, the Tamil New Year, I really want to go for it. I'm having this energy from the sun. I really want to make some big changes right now. I don't want to wait again, till whenever some energy is going to come into existence for me. I want to do it now. So your program helps people to get together in group and discuss what they want to create, and then move forward a plan. But you already did it you did one of these sessions a few months ago. So I'd really like to hear more detail about how this works and what people can really expect to experience that would be beneficial to them.
Okay. So as you mentioned in the beginning, you're really ready to start, and you want to use the energy of this new year to get going. And there's something in you that's already ignited, and that's a key point to putting that first step on the path. And then I look at this as a road trip. If you notice the visual that was on the screen before, it's a road. And I see us as all getting on a bus together, and we're going on a road trip. And that requires certain things to become aware. And the first thing that I really like to start with is this soul reading and manifesting your soul purpose. As we were saying last week, your goals, your purpose is different from mine. Even though we may be together and we're traveling together, there's something very unique about the reason you were born, the reason you came into this life. And it's really important that we all fulfill that reason. And it helps quite a bit to have that clarity in the beginning, because as I was discussing earlier with our panelists, sometimes your strengths are exactly what you get hit on the most. That's what is put down in our lifetime, because there's opposition to that. It strengthens us.
You're different, right? It makes us different.
It makes us different.
People don't like that.
And people recognize it. They recognize the strength, and there's a lot of people. I mean, I was kind of reflecting today because I've had so many experiences, and I thought, it's funny, in the work situation, from really at a young age, that those areas of me that were gifts were exactly what was targeted. And so I've done a lot of martial arts, I've done a lot of spiritual self-defense, things to really keep myself on track, because enlightenment, the spiritual path, was always the most important. Even if there was a lot of business in my background, always number one priority was the enlightenment path, the path of the light body. So, from that experience, I just think it's really important. Had I known certain things about my life purpose ahead of time, I think I would have been a lot more streamlined and been able to keep my focus and know what's clutter and what's really not all that valuable within my life.
Yeah.
So that's what I like to share and start off with.
Great. And so tell us a little bit more about that. What can, and we'll hear from a couple people as well. What do you do, and what can people expect in the soul reading? So folks, the soul reading is part of the 3-month group coaching program that Meena is going to be conducting, which starts on May 11th. So
the soul reading, the reason I like to start with it, it's actually one of the gifts that I refined. So many years ago, I started realizing, why do I always see something really special in people? Like I can pinpoint something that's unique about them. And I think because of that, I've explored it more, and I have certain tools. Like I love Vedic astrology. I really love human design and Ganesha. And I use his divination through his cards. And those help me know that I'm definitely on track, and they help me refine and give more language around what those gifts are that I'm already seeing in someone. So it's all that combination, and we get to an amazing place usually. I mean, it's still a communication. It's not a soul reading isn't me saying, okay, this is you, this is everything who you are. No, it's more of a alchemy in a way, because we're discussing it, and then I'm understanding too, looking at those gifts, where they are in your life at this time.
Right.
So we can have many different lives. We can have varied, some within human design. You can see some people have very specific 3 distinctly different lives. They don't even necessarily connect in the same way that maybe another person would with a different design. And that's really, it's just valuable to know where you're at on your journey.
Yeah. And actually, I'd like to hear from people who have had these, so that our audience can understand a little bit more of how amazing this is. Donna, I'll ask you next. First, I'll just kind of give a quick update that I had a reading with Meena last week, and I've had a lot of reading. Now I'm spoiled because I've had a lot of reading. I've been a lot of, this is about you type of stuff. And I loved the experience of Meena because she does bring in these different elements and then synthesizes it to really how her intuitive knowledge comes to play as well. So when she was talking about certain aspects of my life, what's strong for me to do, this is really your purpose of what you want to continue to do. And I knew that on some level because I feel very lucky that I've had those blessings of kind of having strong understandings. But the how to put it into play was another part that came through the reading, which was very helpful. And it really inspired me to make some changes. Like, okay, I don't want to wait any longer, right? For these certain things to manifest, which I've been wanting to for many years or decades, right? What am I going to do now to put that into play? And I actually just planted a few seeds in my consciousness after the reading of like, okay, let's get this moving. And then I got contacted by a friend who had an idea about kind of how to do it. And it wasn't as if I even generated that idea. Like it was more, you know, she called me up and she's like, this is what you should do. And I was like, oh, okay, that's a great idea, you know? And so, and then we actually talked through the whole thing. And so there was a magic that occurred in the connection between, okay, yeah, this is what I want to do. And then my desire to yeah, let's not wait any longer. And I do feel like the sun is helping us greatly right now. Like, let's not wait any longer. Like, let's get some stuff done here, people. And then the universe will conspire with you for that. So Meena's reading triggered a reaction in me, which triggered a series of events, and which is, I feel, really, really positive. The other thing is, and I'll share a little bit, Meena, one of the things that she said, which I was, apparently I have this hermit plus social being alignment in myself. And that means like I can be social and be out with people and interact and have, you know, all of that. But then I need a retreat time, and I really need to do a certain type of kind of just going inward and being a hermit. And I used to get a lot of slack for that, like, oh, why are you closing yourself off and things like that. And I was like, oh, I guess I shouldn't, you know, like we hear what people think or say about us and try to be different. And then once the acknowledgement came, it's no, that's part of your design. And that is how you are able to function better. And when you're ready to go out and be social, that alone time is what gives you the energy to do that. And I was like, oh, I felt recognized, and also allowing myself now to be able to have certain actions and do certain things that will facilitate better results in the other areas of my life. So takeaways from these readings are also very, very practical and helpful to be able to sustain your energy and who you are. Everyone is different. We all have a unique blueprint. This is a different way of seeing what your unique blueprint is, how to use it, and where it's going to get you if you are fully putting it into play. So that's why it's so important. So we'll hear from Donna. Donna, are you ready?
I am.
All right.
I am. Hi, everybody. Thank you for letting me share. Meena is my hero. You know, I've really just enjoyed her talk so much, and we got to know each other a little bit from the last Platinum program that we did. But I tell you, after I had never had a reading from her, so having this soul reading with her, afterwards I felt like I had stepped into a brand new life. Okay, she told me by looking at my chart that I was an open channel, constantly having revelations and picking up on details that others didn't. Okay, so that was kind of the crux of the whole thing of who I am. And, you know, even when I was young, I kind of felt an inkling toward that. But for most of my life, I never felt that people really got me, understood me, what I thought, what I felt, what I had to say. And this applied to my own mother too. She never seemed to respect my opinion and would frequently ask, oh, why do you have to be that way? you know, what you were talking about before, how we get targeted for being different. And that's exactly what I experienced growing up. And interestingly enough, Meena saw that relationship with my mother in my chart as well. So, but that left me, you know, that experience growing up, it left me doubting myself, doubting my intuition, doubting my self-worth. I became this relentless overachiever, pushing myself, trying to be good enough, trying to fit in, but never really fitting in. And it wasn't until I got my reading from Meena that I was made to realize that I was that open channel, that I was constantly having those revelations and picking up on the details that others didn't, but that others possibly weren't ready to hear yet either. You know, you talked about that juxtaposition, the hermit. For me, it was the hermit and the role model aspect. So anyway, after my reading, it became just really super clear to me that I'm not here to fit in. She helped me to see that I was here to be a messenger, to help lead people to their own intuition, their own inner guidance, their own divinity. And you know, when I do that, it just feels really good. Just feels so good.
Great.
So really, just from that one soul reading with Meena, she turned everything around for me. And I can finally relax in my own skin and be who I am. So I highly recommend this to everybody, especially if in your life you've been searching, going, why the heck am I here? Oh man, you know, the light bulb goes on and you can really see very clearly. So thanks for letting me share today.
Thank you, Donna.
Well, that's great. Thank you so much for sharing that. So I know we're also going to get to Murray. We have him on the line as well. But first, Meena, let's now move into the 3-month program. So what do you have in store for folks for this 3-month program?
Okay, so I've been giving this a lot of thought, and it really is the road trip. So it's going to have that level of organization. So what happens when you're getting ready for a road trip? You pick your destination, and that's where the soul reading comes into play. But you still would have an idea of your destination ahead of time. But would like to get these readings in as early as possible at the beginning of the program. So you have that, and then we really go through a lot of self-awareness, understanding what are you going to pack up to take on this trip? Do you have a lot of extra baggage that's really not necessary? What are you holding on to? Maybe you have a dream and you think you're supposed to be somebody, and it's really not aligned with your soul at all. So we want to clear out. We want to do a lot of that self-awareness and clearing. And then we also are looking at, you know, where are our obstacles? We do need to look at spiritual self-defense and see what, there's some very powerful gods that Dr. Pillai has introduced that we learned how to access to help us with that. And then we look at time management. Like, how are we using our time? How effective are we being in our life with, you know, once we start, it's a journey. And it's a lot of self-awareness, and there's tools that Dr. Pillai has taught us that we integrate throughout that journey to become more aware and to use things in a fast way. So we're not going slow time, we're on fast time. And the reason we can go so fast is because we are with such an advanced master. There is something in just connecting to him that just starts to remove all the karma and the dust that has collected over the years. And then we really start working on our manifestation, the really fun stuff, which is the dreaming, the bringing that up higher and higher, and getting to the place where you reach your destination. So I would say in the beginning, when you're making your destination, I'm asking to at least have 3 goals that you want to have completed in those 3 months. And a lot of focus. Just keep on track with those three goals, be it spiritual, material, physical, and could be relationships. So we could make it 4. And I think those are the 4, those are huge areas in our life that are most important. And that it just is about, it's really focus and awareness. So it's not adding a lot of extra time to your day. It's changing your focus, it's changing your awareness, and heightening your self-awareness.
Right. Because if you're thinking about those areas in a new way and really crafting it as you go, folks, it doesn't take more time to do that. You're just replacing the old thoughts, right?
Yeah.
And you need help to do that oftentimes because, like I said before, we just get stuck. We have a lot of things going on. But if you have constant reminders and if you have accountability to a group of people who are really positive and rooting for you, that you're going to get on a call with every week or interact with every day, perhaps in the Facebook group, these are ways that you can incorporate these techniques, what Meena is going to be teaching and guiding over the course of 12 weeks, into your life, and not in a way that feels overwhelming, but in a way that works for you, like this practical application. Dr. Pillai says, everyone needs a coach. It's just like you could go to the gym, you can get your gym membership, you can go do your stuff. And even if you kind of go there every day, maybe you don't know that you're doing all the right things for your body, right? But if you have a trainer, then you're able to help get that additional guidance. Same thing with a life coach, with a spiritual coach who's going to help put into play what's best for you, right? And then you'll have the feedback and support of the community as well.
Yes. And that's a power in itself when you're with that community. It's funny because it was the first time, and I had mentioned to you, I said, it's so interesting. It's almost like this, as we're going along, there becomes almost a divine being that is present within the group and gives the communication, and there's the realizations that come from doing this as a group, a positive group. It does create that mastermind.
Yes.
Having experienced it firsthand, it's pretty phenomenal. It's very powerful.
Yeah, definitely. And that's what Napoleon Hill said many years ago, right? He really kind of put into words this idea of a mastermind. Like it's a third mind. It's a additional presence in a group that is created with this synergy and the energy that's manifest. So I'd love to hear from Murray, because he has experienced both your soul reading as well as the last coaching program. Murray, can you turn on your...
Are we okay now?
I need to see your wonderful face.
Okay.
There you go. So tell us a little bit about your experience with Meena's coaching program. I heard you had a breakthrough, but I don't know the details. So what was it like for you? What made an impact specifically on the coaching program? And then we'll also get to the reading you had.
Well, before the program started, I wasn't going to take it, to be honest with you. And then I came across this type of, when you're doing the preamble for it. And one of the things you mentioned was you have to be committed and you have to be responsible to yourself, not anyone else. And those words just nailed me, just got me. So I have to do this. That was one of those deals. And then to be able to interact with Meena, a gift. One word, gift. She truly is. And how she ran that program was just tremendous. You've got a number of different people. Everyone's at a different point in life. Everyone has different objectives they want to do. And for her to break through in a very simple, calm manner with a great understanding, just to be able to break those barriers down for people and show them, if they're committed to themselves, what can happen in their lives. And towards the end of the program, I had, you have your manifestations you want to create in life. And mine were very lofty, to say the least. And I was very targeted on them. And then I got up against it, right? Because I want this done by now, by a time period. And we were coming to the end of the program. And it was really funny because I said, how do I get this bridge? How do I make this happen? It's not happening. And one word she said to me that changed my life, she said, surrender. Because I was in my way, right? And I have my, I worked with Ganesha and Lakshmi and Shiva, my spiritual leader, and I had them every day with me, and surrender, let them carry out the duties. You can work together on the thoughts and the patterns and what you want to do, but you're going to have to surrender and let them do the work for you because you're a team. And it all came together in the end once I got out of my way. And if it wasn't for her and it wasn't for Meena's teachings, that was a breakthrough in my life, really, a tremendous breakthrough. So I have nothing but good things to say about the recent program. It certainly changed my life. And now going forward, I have even loftier goals than before. The ones I had before meant the world to me, and now that that's accomplished, it's time to look for bigger and better things.
That's fantastic. So so then it all came together at the end. Your goals manifested?
Yes, and they were big.
Fantastic. And tell us a little bit now about the reading. You just had that recently, correct?
Yeah, I had it this past week, and it's like everything else. It was touched on before. You always wish you had it earlier in life, right? To know your life's purpose is a tremendous, tremendous head start. And going into this program, to be able to have that up front, it leaps and bounds ahead of where to start from. It's just tremendous. But it lets you understand why you are, who you are, why you are the way you are, and what are your strengths, and to own those strengths. They're you, and not to be, oh, I shouldn't be this way, or why am I that way sometimes. You touched on that as well. And the reason is because that's who you are. That are the channels that are open or closed in you make you what you are. And Meena has this tremendous ability to relate that to you. So it gives you a head start on really manifesting what you want in life. Once you know your purpose, where you kind of are in life, and get rid of the stuff you don't need. I should have more of that quality. Well, sorry, you don't have it. So get on with it, right?
Exactly.
Don't worry about what you aren't. Worry about what you are and move forward, because now you have the grounding to do that, from someone who's an expert at relating this to you.
Right, exactly. Great, thank you so much. Is there anything else you'd like to share?
People who are on the fence about going forward with a program like this, like I was previously, just do it. You owe it to yourself. You owe it as a commitment to yourself. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here. So don't be afraid. You're going to be surrounded with some great people, tremendous minds, and you have a group setting, and then you have your own individual stuff that you're working on, and it's a journey that will change your life. It simply will. And until you're done that journey, you won't realize how much you've grown. It's tremendous.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. Thank you, Murray.
Pleasure. Thank you.
And I'm so excited for Murray's big things that's coming up next, whatever that is. Hopefully it'll impact many people and help folks too.
It'll impact quite a few, yeah.
Good. Murray brings up something as well, which is like working alongside with Meena. Some people may not want to do the group thing, but do want to have access to her on an individual basis. That is also becoming available for us to, that's going to be offered just this week, I believe. And so if you, or you can combine the two. So for example, the 3-month coaching is includes the soul reading, which Meena doesn't do unless you're in one of her programs.
Mhm.
She doesn't do just the reading because she really wants you to be able to see through to a result. You don't want to just give information and to be like, okay, bye. So that is a testament to her heart and commitment to you as well, that she actually won't give you just the reading. You have to be in the program in order to see it through, or have a package of coaching calls with her so that, again, it can be followed through. When I had the reading, at one point I said to her, I'm like, all right, we need to stop here because there's so much information that I need to assimilate it, and I actually need to start putting it into play. And I thought, well, this would be the perfect way to do a 5 or 10 pack, a program with her, is that, okay, give me this, kind of the imprint, the journey, like the purpose now, and then maybe in a couple weeks give me some more information.
Mhm.
And that's how she's going to be playing it out. And everyone's individual, so she'll be assessing everyone and having your initial consultation, and then you will decide how you want your one-on-one program to go. It's really up to you and Meena. You're crafting this together. And her in her human design, she's a manifester, and what that means is they don't need to do a lot of stuff. Like, she does things, but their energy is such that it just comes through them and is manifest into 3D. So everyone has different blueprints, and Meena's is quite unique because it's just it bubbles up out of her and is. And to have a coach that has that quality is beautiful. It's magical. It just contributes to this container, this energy that she holds for you and the group, that help facilitate the manifestation energy to happen more freely. So anything, Meena, that you want to share about your one-on-one sessions?
Well, what you brought up about that manifestor energy, it's true. And it's all about aura and everything, which I would explain on a personal level. But the one of the things that's in my design is impact. So I know last week Kalea said, I don't know, I could have heard the same thing 30 times, but all of a sudden she heard it in the class or when I was saying it, and for some reason it had impact, and she heard it and it went in deep. And that's one of the ways that my design works is, and I'm really thrilled to be able to share that, because it's not that, I can't say that it's all so unique. It's more of a sense of, why can you hear it now? And maybe, you've read these books, we have so much information at our fingertips, and yet sometimes it's just hearing it in a certain way that it actually goes in. Say for Murray, I'm sure he's heard surrender many times. It's not a new concept, but for whatever reason, that moment was, and it was funny. I remember the day because that was my last point that I was going to bring up in the class. And then Murray it timed it perfectly. So I was like, great, Murray, you're bringing up exactly the last point that I wanted to bring up today, which is that faith and surrender. You do everything you can, but at some point you have to let go, because your own self can get in the way of these wonderful things manifesting. And that is at a certain time. It's in the beginning, you're really putting all of your work in and you're working with the divine. And then there's the point where you need to surrender. It's all timing.
Yes, exactly. And that goes hand in hand with the group synergy, right? Like,
Mhm.
this is the magic that happens. It happened in the coaching program that I ran. And then when Meena and I would talk, she's like, and then, everyone's just on the same page about these topics. And I'm like, yeah, that's the whole thing. It just occurs. Like, it's just kind of this magic. So, so that's what you get to participate in.
Mhm.
So I want to see if there's any questions on our chat. So far, it doesn't look like there are. We'll just give it another moment. Any questions, folks? And let's see if on YouTube there's any questions. I don't see any. So, so quickly recap, the 3-month coaching program starts on May 11th. So that is next Saturday, or this Saturday, a week from today. We'll see if Meena lets anyone in after that, if you see this and you are desperately wanting to join. But there also is a cap of how many people come who are able to join, because we do want to keep it small and intimate and give everyone enough of time and energy of Meena's. Then there's the one-on-one, which you can also purchase, and that is in 5 or 10 sessions with Meena. We just have to, we'll send you the link to that page. Unfortunately, it's not on the viewing page right now, but if you see this in replay, you'll see it in the description. If you are part of the group coaching program and you want to add in the one-on-ones, we'll make a special package for you so that it is complimentary, and it just gives you kind of an extra boost if you want to be able to speak with Meena more often one-on-one in the group sessions as well. So let me just double check, see if there's any questions. So there's a question about pricing. So how it's going is the group sessions are obviously more economical, so that it gives you an opportunity to be in this community and benefit from Meena's guidance. And then the one-on-ones are more expensive because you're getting more of her attention. Obviously, it's 100% tailored towards you, and so that is the investment you'd make there. So let me just double check. I believe the monthly and there's 2 levels to the program. The level 1 includes your private reading with Meena, the soul reading, and your weekly group sessions. That's $250 per month, or a one-time payment of $680, which there's savings for paying up front. And the next level, that doesn't include any remedies. That's just the engagement in the group. And then the next level, level 2, includes an astrology reading on top of the reading with Meena, which is 1 hour in length. We call it a semi-individual 9-planet fire lab. It's actually because it's just for this group. So the names of the people of this group will be placed into this for this remedy fire lab. And when the astrologer tells you what planets you need to appease or work with, those will be added to your name. So as your name is being read in terms of a proxy, so will the planets we're really targeting. The astrologer wants you to target to help you have most benefits. So it's not quite a group home, and it's not quite an individual. It's somewhere in between to give you benefits as well as savings. Then we'll be doing daily 9-planet prayer offerings, or pujas, at our Remedy Center in India, every single day to all 9 planets. So why are we veering towards the planets? Because this blueprint that you have is impacting you all the time. These planets are conducting the karma through you, thoughts through you, actions through you, and we want to appease them so that you become more of a clear slate. that you have more of an opening to be able to hear what Meena says that can make a bigger impact, to be able to take action that's going to help forward move your projects and your purpose. So that's why these remedies have been added, as well as the astrology readings, to help an additional benefit of how this can help you really move forward right now. And again, the sun's power right now, the sun is exalted, and we're using that. We want to capture that to really make a change. This is it, right? Dr. Pillai always says, well, if you miss this time, you have to wait till next year, right? So and it's not that the sun won't be exalted in other times, but it's this new fresh energy. I know I've been feeling it a lot, and I'm really excited about Meena's making herself available for this program and really getting it off the ground right now when the time is right. So, and then if you can't afford either one of these levels or the individual coaching, then you have Shrimbhuzi Collective, which is a group program where you get calls throughout the week to get support, to you have teachings that you can get to, because someone actually said, what if they can't afford it? Then that program is either $18 or $54 a month. It's pretty much a gift from Pillai Center. Barely covers our costs to do the program itself. It's really a service. So if that's something, if the coaching isn't something you can do, then you would want to get yourself into the Shrimbhuzi Collective. So we're manifesting collectively in that program. You have group calls for chanting, for you're doing your meditations, sharing and intending your miracles. And then there's weekly Friday Fire Labs that are conducted in the West. So you actually get to hear English speaking person guide you through the prayer sessions. And then there's Sunday teaching calls with myself or other Pillai Center teachers. So, so we have a spectrum of offers that might land for you if this is something you want to do right now and really take on a new challenge and commitment. So that's all I have to say. Let's see if there's any other questions now that we've taken up some additional time. All right, looks like that's it. So thank you everyone for joining today and hearing what we have to say. Thank you, Meena, Murray, Donna, for your sharing and good information. Meena, did you want to say anything in conclusion?
No, I mean, I think just do something. This is the time. It is. And don't let money hold you back. Like you said, it's more, if you do the Breezy program, that's tremendous. It's just, if you have the commitment and you want the change, do something. It's all there available to you. So
absolutely.
That's my final.
Thank you. I love that. And actually, some other people were just messaging saying they couldn't afford anything, that they're on really a lower tier. And that is what to do. If you are, we have, Pillai Center and Dr. Pillai have given you all the tools to change your life. They are 100% free, and they're all available on Facebook and YouTube. And we even have free programs that you can access on the Academy site. So there is no excuse other than to go and do this yourself. We have given you the tools to go and move forward. So we wish you all an amazing new year. Please mark your calendar. Dr. Pillai will be giving a webinar, a masterclass really, on May 19th. In 2 weeks from now, and in about a week on the 11th, I'll be doing a free session that gives some preparatory information on that class, as well as a video that he recently released to a private group of people. So, and then don't forget to join Meena's program if that's something that you'd like to do. So thank you all for being here. Have a wonderful week, and we'll talk to you soon. Namaste.
Okay. Namaste. Forward to seeing you.